Welcome to Out Loud with Rob and Rachel. This is what happens when two ADHD brains come together and think out loud.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in again to the Out Loud podcast with Rob and Rachel. How you doing today?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. They actually came back for more, I guess.
So one of the things we wanted to talk about, or I wanted to talk about, is the hatred for AI. There's a lot of hate.
There's a lot of hate.
And what I'm finding is our generation is embracing it.
For the most part.
For the most part. Yeah, yes. Not everybody.
Yes.
But I find a lot of the resistance sometimes are the people about 10 to 12 years younger than us. That's what I've been finding. Yeah, a little bit online. I don't know if that's accurate, but just what I've been
That is interesting. I do know that I do find that older people than us find it very suspicious and weird.
Right, yeah.
Can't really make sense.
And rightfully so.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And when I'm talking AI about embracing it, by the way, or not, it's more of the text, not the deep fake videos.
No, I know. It's the assistance that it can offer. Right. I mean, I have to tell you, as an educator, it's changed my life.
Yeah, me
and
too.
I honestly, I'm all about working smarter and not harder. So it has cut down my work in planning my lessons and my exams and formatting stuff like that so much. I mean, why would we ever go back to the days? Remember when we were younger and we used to have to go to the library with the microfiche and you would only be able to like photocopy the one page unless you had enough dimes?
Yeah. So exactly. So part of my feeling with it is that, you know, just as a small business owner, it's always about adjust or fail. If you don't adjust, you're going to fail. So you have to be one of the first adapters to everything. And I look at it like, when people used to plow fields manually, could you imagine people saying, look at those tractors, they're lazy, you know, and they're not. And it's scary for me when people don't embrace technology.
I'm thinking back now that you said that about the plows. Like, remember when you can't even call them cell phones anymore. They were like in a briefcase.
Yeah.
Car phones, they were called.
Yep.
They weren't even cell phones.
Right,
they were car phones. And you came in like a briefcase and you zipped it up and it was attached to this suitcase thing and the cord came out and it was like a real phone in a briefcase. So, I mean, yes, like I would imagine there were people who were like, what the hell is that? I'm not carrying that stupid thing around.
Or even like people who, I mean, even my wife, Gina, at one point, she would say, I would never buy clothes online.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, it was this company Stitch. And every month you would get boxes.
I love Stitch Fix.
Right.
Oh my God, it's the greatest thing.
It used to get.
They shop for me.
I was like, I thought you would never buy clothes online, or
it's easier, right?
Or even emails. There's nothing like a letter.
I know, that's gone.
Yeah.
You know, that is totally gone because I mailed my daughter's bat mitzvah invitations.
Oh wow.
Do you know that half of them never got to the people they needed to get to?
Oh really?
So
where do they go?
They're in United States Postal Service space somewhere. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Or they came back to me months later.
It's like you have to do both.
Right.
Email.
So that's why I'm saying it's funny that people you're right. People don't embrace it, but yet it becomes the better option usually than the thing that was in the past. So.
But I understand that. Like, so the people who often don't like AI, I understand why, because they're purists.
Okay, so give me an example.
An example would be because in my original career was a portrait photographer, right?
Okay.
So when we were one of the first creatives that got totally affected by technology because when it went digital. Right. So during the film days, you really had to understand photography. You had to understand lighting because once you clicked it, you had to understand how that picture was going to look before the picture came out. And then when digital came out, I was one of the first adopters. You
were?
Yeah, I was one of the first adopters. Not because of me. Somebody, my mentor at the time, who was much older than me, started making the switch, and I trusted him enough to do it. But I didn't like it because I felt because I was a purist. There was something about really understanding photography, making the magic happen in the dark room.
Did you think it was cheating? Like, did you almost look at it like it was like a cheating kind of thing?
No, I just didn't like other people could do what I could do. Easily when it was more of a frustration thing that here, and I'm sure that's why, you know, a lot of people feel that way about what I'm doing Eyes on EB, a pure journalist who is really, I'm able to do it part-time and get the information and have some assistance and help me speed. I could never do what I'm doing if it wasn't for AI.
So you think that the authenticity factor is one of the things that people don't like about it? Is that what I'm hearing?
I think that, but I think there's just purists. They just really like the artisan part of things, right? It's just
so when it's yes, and I actually can understand that. And when I'm one of those educators. I'm going to speak from my how AI fits into my world, right? As an educator and as a college professor, I teach my students how to use AI, right? Because why wouldn't you?
And I think that's what people's missing, but go on. Yeah, they're missing how to use it properly.
I mean. Yeah, and I cannot take credit for that shift in embracing it and then teaching the right way. I actually worked with a guy. I taught with a guy, and he was a really young teacher. Very cool, very, with it, very innovative thinking, forward thinking, used a million different tactics that, really a new teacher, who has that kind of energy would come in with. And, he would do lessons and he would purposely make his kids use AI.
Right.
And he would say to them, I'm going to make you use AI in this way so that you learn how to use it and not abuse it.
Right.
And that was the difference. And I think that's what I try to do with my students is I say to them, use it, but don't allow it to ever steal your creativity. So I can understand why the purists would be put off by that aspect of it.
And a lot of the purists, that's their field. Right. Photographer was a field. But I could tell you the amazing thing out of what it came out of photography, there was a lot of, and I think the same's going to happen with the AI. It's a very similar major transition that had happened overnight. So in photography, what happened was there were many photographers that I was friends with, like in the Deal area, Allenhurst area, that back then we're getting about $15,000 a wedding. That exists in that area, getting a Rumson in the Spring Lake. That wasn't that unusual. And then they were more of a photojournalistic type, excellent photographers, great storefronts. And they didn't make a couple of them didn't make the adjustment. And then what happened was a lot of the younger photographers who never would have gotten into photography started getting into photography, and they were very talented. So they were almost able to skip the line of learning, because
earning your stripes, right?
Well, a little bit, because you with digital you're able to learn faster. I'm able to take a picture with lighting and see if it's good or bad instead of instead of sending it out to film and a week later. So their learning capabilities happen overnight, and these guys were still shooting film. So in a $15,000 wedding, it costs so much for them to shoot that wedding that it would cost like $3,000 in film processing alone.
So but what now? Let me ask you: do the prices go down now that digital?
Yeah, they had then. There's still some higher end, but the profit margin's higher, I think, and because the profit margin's higher because it doesn't take as long to do.
Yes, right. Exactly. You can not have to put into
a lot of it's
the manpower.
Yeah, a lot of it's automated, but and some of them went from $15,000 a wedding to driving an Uber, or driving a cab at the time. Like that's how bad they were affected by not adjusting. So I think people who aren't taking advantage of what AI has to offer are gonna, and that's gonna what's happening in their career.
So now let me ask you this: do you think that it's field specific more? Because what about, I get it where actors and actresses and people in that area are afraid of the fake generated images of themselves and how you can make a voice sound exactly like a
At least they're protected by law with their
So now I'm going to throw something else at you, though. What about teachers? We're not protected.
No, you're not protected. Well,
I know that school districts are trying to ban cell phones, but there are so many other ways to record and to change images with
protected from what?
That if somebody takes your image and uses it and then transcribes it into a different form using AI or something like that, it says that it's you.
Right.
I talk in the middle of a classroom. So what if somebody takes the I mean, I guess that's really not necessarily AI.
Yeah, that's not really an AI. I thought you were going with, will AI replace teachers eventually?
Oh, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it more of using teachers' voices and using AI to put it into situations that didn't actually.
Yeah, that's a deep fake. You're talking deep fakes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
that's a deep fake. Kids are really good at doing that. Like, they were warned at the beginning of the school year.
Okay.
Of stuff like that.
So what some experts think, because I've been kind of, sometimes when I have a feeling if something's going to go away, I want to see if anybody's already studying it. So one of the things that, is being discussed is that the deep fakes I made a post the other day of a obvious deep fake video because it was just too funny.
Oh, the trampoline?
Yeah, right. It was just a point that even that could be done. But what's happening is what a lot of experts believe that's going to happen is that the deep fakes are going to get so good that people are going to actually avoid social media because they're not going to know what's true or not. So you're going to be able to have like Andrew Cooper, who's the dude on CNN that you like?
Anderson
Cooper on.
Of him.
And where there's a video of him talking, you're not going to be able to tell if it's fake.
That's what I mean. And that's a scary thing. So that I understand why people are afraid of AI when it comes to that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. The deep fakes, right.
It's a scary thing.
But they actually believe that it's going to hurt social media because you're not going to know what's true or not. And even now, for some reason, Facebook is having a hard time detecting what's AI and what's not. And it's at the beginning phases. And that might actually be a good thing. It's
actually very scary, though, to not know what's fake and what's not fake, because there are so many people out there who pass on fake information without vetting it, without looking at it, without even really knowing that there are fake things out there.
Well, something even funnier is that there's a lot of like NewJersey.com, NJ.com, that's behind a paywall. So unless you have a subscription to it, you can't read the article.
Right.
But you'll have 500 comments on things
just the snippet that nobody read.
Yeah, they didn't even open up the article because you can't read it anyway.
I know. There's another newspaper up in Hudson County where a lot of people will share things on the Facebook pages that for like where I teach, and I'll go to click on it and it's the same thing where you have to end it, but yet they're same thing, millions of comments. People all know what it says, even though they don't.
And I could tell you what happened with digital photography. And I think the same thing with AI. So whether if you're a journalist now or photographers back then, what it did was first it created amazing photographers that never would have existed, because photography back then used to be 90% male because the equipment was so heavy.
Absolutely.
And there's no way 100-pound woman's going to carry a wedding thing for it was difficult for me, right? So now it's probably, I don't know, 60% women. Like it totally switched. Most photographers seem to be women now, right? So it opened up a whole new field. And this might not be PC, but at least back then men were more into the technical part of it. Like they were more interested in that part of it, where the women are more, seems like they're just more creative, natural.
Yeah, aesthetic. It's more the aesthetic aspect of it.
Right.
It's more the scene, right? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
So
and
the women are more focused on the scene,
right?
Whereas the men are more focused on the lighting and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's why I like photography, was the technical stuff. But photography is more about the scene now because you don't have to worry about the technical stuff as much. So it lends it more to. So
that's funny because we're looking, for the people, we're looking for something. We both have an image of what we want behind us, and we've been looking at it, and you sent me to that prop.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. There's some crazy props that people use for these pictures.
Yeah.
It is very much about the aesthetic.
Yeah, it's about the aesthetic. So it opened up a whole new career for women. You know what I mean? Like that never really existed before. But, what happened with photography besides that, people just got better so quickly because they're able to learn. And I think AI is part of that too. Whatever you want to do for a living, you're just going to get better at it quicker.
I agree. I definitely agree. I'm telling you, as an educator, I have used it. What I like to use AI for is, I put my ideas in it and then it spits me out whatever, like an idea for an activity or something like that. And then I'll take pieces of that and I'll ask it again.
Right.
So I try to tailor it with my creativity using a little bit of what they've given, right? So it's I mean, I like to say it's both. It's a little of mine and a little bit of, what they give to, to help me out. But I find it really helpful.
Last week, I showed Rachel how my thought process when I use AI, like I was trying to, I wanted to write about something and I wanted to see if I was making sense and if other people were studying it. And it was just like this full friggin' conversation. And it was just unbelievable. A lot of people don't realize you use AI also as an assistant.
Absolutely.
Right? Like when somebody writes a book, they're not editing the book.
Right.
Right. They're writing a book and they hand it off. So it levels the playing field.
It definitely does.
You don't need a big budget to do big things anymore.
Absolutely.
And, it'll help you.
But then let me ask you so I'm going to go back to the authenticity part of it as an educator, right? Because as a college educator.
Yeah.
When I have students who tell me that they don't understand a project or a writing assignment or something like that, and then they come and they give me like a top-notch paper,
Yeah.
I can't accuse them of cheating. And AI really sort of makes products that are hard to detect that it's AI unless it's all AI. So you can just sort of alter a few sentences, change it around a little bit, and it makes it seem like it's human generated.
Somebody who uses AI almost the entire day, right? Even for my work and everything, I'm getting tired of all these candidates who are using AI for everything. Right. I mean, it's just,
and
it's just like,
it's hard. But as an educator, when I'm grading these things, I can't go and say you cheated. You
can't. Don't think you don't have the software?
You do, but it doesn't come up. It comes.
Oh, really?
Yes, it does not. Yes, I have used it, and I've even put it back into AI to find out whether or not an AI, because it'll say to me, could be. Okay. Could be could.
I've only used the software as a trial thing.
Could be whatever. So it's very hard to detect, especially if they change a few words.
I mean, I would have a big problem with it if it's a creative writing class.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that's exactly what I'm saying. But how do you know? If you send them home with the assignment, unless they're writing,
I thought there was easier ways to detect it.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
That is where the software, the detection software, is not catching up, is not as fast as the AI generating software.
What age do you think you should introduce AI as an educator in school?
As an educator, I mean...
and how? What's...
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I would have to think about that for a second. Give me a second. So at what age? I mean, I think now that it's here to stay, right? So it's not going anywhere. I think that if the earlier you introduce it, I believe the less of a stigma there is on it. And I think the more responsibly people may use it. Does that make sense at all?
I love that answer.
I really do. I believe that it's all,
it's not going anywhere.
I'm going to give you a really wacky ADHD comparison, okay? Because this is where my head went. That to me, introducing it in a responsible way so that it sort of is used a little bit along the way. It's almost like, and there are a lot of people who are going to come at me for this, but it's almost like when your teenager wants to drink and you allow them to taste the alcohol in your safe space, right? In your environment before they, fly the coop and then go batshit crazy, when you can't help protect them and regulate it and make sure that if they're throwing up, that you're holding their hand and all of those things and they're not driving. And I feel like the more you allow that learning curve earlier on, by the time they're on their own and they're flying, the novelty's worn off, right? So they don't want to abuse it. Again, that's not for every, I know that's not a clinical, and nobody come at me for saying that, but I do sort of compare that. If you take that, the factor, the wow factor, the, oh my God, the, it's taboo factor away from AI, people won't care so much about it.
Right. No, I
so
agree.
That's my answer. I think the earlier you do it in the appropriate way,
all right.
the age appropriate way.
Not to write articles
exactly.
for
you.
But teach it to make flashcards for you.
Exactly.
Like my son's doing college.
Perfect. Yes.
They use my, because I had the paid ChatGPT. So
do I.
So I see what they're doing because they want to use mine.
Yeah.
And they're study guides, flashcards. It's like unbelievable.
I use rubrics for my scoring of my assignments all the time. I'm a big rubric person so that my students know exactly what I'm breaking their scores down for. 3-4 years ago, do you know how long it takes you to generate a rubric? Like, it's so annoying.
Right.
And the formatting and the typing and then the putting it in a table and all of that stuff. And you have to, it's almost like backwards planning. And now I take my assignments and whatever activity, and I'm saying, produce a rubric, a 20-point rubric for this. And it literally comes out in 5 seconds. And that is like almost like a 2-hour task that is done for me in 5 minutes. And
you can do more, but you can do more for your students and your family.
So exactly.
Right,
So that's why I'm saying I do believe that there is a very, very valuable aspect to it as long as it's used appropriately.
I don't think I could live without it at this point.
Yeah, I don't think I could either.
Yeah, like it would be very difficult.
So that's interesting. So I'm going to now ask you, I'm going to throw back a little bit. Let's go back memory lane. What is a tech thing that we couldn't live without, that you couldn't live without back then?
Oh, back then.
Yes. If AI is something right now that you feel as though you can't live without right now in 2020.
What year?
Okay, so we graduated in 1990. So let's say freshman year of high school.
So the internet was just starting,
right,
kind of
86.
thing. I was a late on that.
Yeah, internet wasn't even starting because when I started college, we didn't even have computers yet. You had computers in a computer lab.
I think AOL was around 88, 89.
But did you really have it in your house?
No,
right?
you didn't have it.
Nobody had it in their house.
I didn't have it until 95.
Right.
But yeah.
How did you know exactly what year you had AOL? Or
no, I just remember from the AOL chat rooms when they started.
you knew the year?
Yeah, about 95. Yeah, about 90.
Okay.
Well, because I know when I started dating.
Yes.
And got engaged. So
I can tell you. Okay, 95. So how old were we in 95? 23?
Yeah. Yeah, about that.
So I think I might have had it around. I must have had it at the same time too.
Yeah.
Because I had a roommate. We were living in South River. And I remember that we had one computer in our house in the living room. And you would hear the bzzz, you've got, whatever that was. You've got mail.
I mean, what technology was that?
Beepers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, beepers. I had the message one where you can send messages.
Yeah, I never had any.
Like actual, not just the number, the actual.
Yeah, but it was like one line, right?
Yeah, it was one line.
How did you do that?
Yeah, so you would.
Was it on the dial?
No, you would call. You would have to. Somebody would have to make a phone call, and he said, "I would like to send a message to this person. What's the message?" And they would, I think, manually type it in, and then you would get it. I had friends that worked for a beeper company, so I always had the. But
I never had a beeper.
Yeah, but I don't think I really needed a beeper. I don't think there was really anything that.
Did you have a phone? Your own phone?
No. Oh.
Like your own line?
Yeah, I always had my own line. Yeah.
Well, that's not true. I shared with my sister. My sister had it first.
Yeah.
My poor brother never had his own line.
Yeah.
I think.
No. Yeah, I definitely had my own line at 20. Yeah, I always had some type of business too. So.
We had like a phantom line, the second line in my house.
Okay.
Before call waiting.
Right.
I don't even know how this was like, I don't know how it happened. Like my dad was really good with this. Are the kind of things that I wish I could ask him. Like, how did that work out? And how'd you even know about it? We had a second line that if somebody was on the first line, it automatically
I remember
rang.
That. Yeah, we had that.
No, but the second line was not published.
Right.
We never gave out the number. So you never really got a busy signal from our home phone number.
Right. Yeah, we had that.
My phone line, you did, and we would get the emergency.
You remember your phone number?
100%, 254-4283 was my bedroom phone number.
Right.
My house phone number was 254-8853, and the phantom line was 254-8880.
2510607. A lot of zeros. That was a pain with the rotary days.
That is a bad one for the rotary phone. You made a mistake. You were starting all over.
I think it's CVS on Ruse Lane when when you have to pull up like your phone number. It's my old landline from.
That's so funny.
that I don't have anymore.
My landline also, and I actually just like 3 weeks ago changed it. I said, is there a way to change it because I haven't had that line, and I probably somebody else's phone number now.
So, what would you say to anybody who's anti-AI?
I would say if anybody's anti-AI. I'm a very big believer in a growth mindset. Mm-hmm. So I would say, open your mind. Mm-hmm. open your mind, be responsible about it, learn about it before you fully judge and totally cancel something out, because it's not going anywhere. Yeah. And like, the more you fight it, the more you waste your energy. So that's my AI take.
Yeah. Mine is that don't fight it, because if you're fighting it and you have children, you're probably fighting it for them too. And you gotta, again, adjust or fail is important, and you just get a lot more work done quicker. And whatever you're good at, whatever you're naturally good at, you're going to be twice as good at it.
So do you compare it, like, because now that you're saying that, like, whatever you're good at, you're going to be twice as good at is if you use AI. So I remember back in the day when like YouTube tutorial videos first came out. Like,
I love those.
I know. Like, I taught myself how to change the headlight in one of my cars.
Right, yeah.
I taught myself how to change, like, how to wire, like, I mean, I taught myself how to build pantry shelves.
Yeah, me
like,
too. Yeah.
All of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think about it like that too. Like, what if people fought that and thought that was cheating? Right. Like, what should I have sat there and gone, with a fine-tooth comb over the written instructions rather than watching somebody do it for me?
Yeah, AI was, I think the reason why people have an issue with AI, it was the first technological advance that really changed, like, the internet. That it just put things upside down. Like
I think it's, yes, I do agree.
Like, it made it. I mean, it's to the point where a law firm almost who has 20 lawyers might only need 10. And maybe 5 more paralegal.
You're saying people are scared of what it's going to replace.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like you're,
Yeah.
Stay out of my lane.
Well, it's just like college students. I mean, I would have anxiety if I was a college student. Whatever I'm learning, it's like, will it be there? You know what I mean? You're spending $125,000 on a,
like, deciding what your field is going to be.
Right. That's what I'm trying to get my one son in commercial real estate.
And what the future of it is going to be with AI.
Yeah, with the AI.
So you don't think commercial real estate is going to be affected by AI?
Everything's going to be affected, but
so what fields do you think will be wiped out? Human interaction of it.
Not wiped out, but reduced as far as getting the same amount of work done with less people.
Field?
The people who are making the most money. It's not the creatives. It's the doctors. It's the lawyers. It's the surgeons. They already have robotic surgery. Somebody in China can do a surgery for you in St. Peter's Hospital. So,
it's so
people who make the most money.
Okay, so now I listen to, I don't think you listen to Not Today, Pal, right? I love Not Today, Pal with the Meadow Soprano and...
Oh, no, I did. I didn't know that was the name of it.
Not Today, Pal. Yeah, with Robert Eiler and Jamie Lynn Stigler. I think Stigler, whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Name.
I love it. And I think they're so funny. And they're so different.
Right.
But we were talking about, like, brother-sister relationship. They have a very brother-sister relationship. It's really nice. The other day, I guess they live in Austin.
Oh, really?
Yes, which is interesting. And so Robert Eiler was talking about the fact that he took one of those, he called for an Uber. And an electric self-driving car came and picked him up.
Right.
And he was like, at first I was like, oh, cool. This is really great. I don't have to talk to anybody, which I would love, by the way, because I don't, when you get into I don't want to have to make small, we were just talking about this. I hate small talk. So a car, however, it goes the speed limit. It obeys all traffic laws, like beyond, right? And it stops even when it doesn't think that, and he was like, so it took me double the time.
Oh, wow.
He said he was talking about being late to the podcast. And he was like, I had so much time before I got in the car. And then I get in the car and I'm thinking it's great. And it took me double the time because normally a car, a person would, run. Exactly. Yeah. And she said, you would never catch me dead in a self-driving car. And I have to tell you, I agree.
You're going to do it though, just like Gina never buy clothes online 10 years ago.
She was a never, and I have learned in my 53 years to never say never because I've never said never, and I've said never before and had to eat my words. But I would have a hard time with that. I do. I really think that would make me uncomfortable.
Yeah. I like
a whole ride. Like, there's a guy who teaches he doesn't teach in my school, but he's in the school that we share a parking lot, and he has his car. So he's the only person who can park in this one spot because it's against the chain link fence. He self-parks the car. He gets out of it, and the car drives. Yeah. So it's a Hyundai, and it can pull out and do all that.
That's cool.
That I'm okay with.
Yeah, that's so fun.
I am okay. And I think it's really funny, and we're going to talk a little bit about dating. Do you ever see the Hyundai commercial where the girl calls for her car, and then she runs out when she says she's going to the bathroom because the guy's so boring? That, I think, is hysterical. But if I'm in the car, and you're going, like, on highways and stuff like that, I think I would be very scared.
Yeah.
Very scared.
Yeah.
You
I don't know.
Okay with that?
I'm just the curiosity. I would
be okay driving on Route 18 from here.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, I might.
Wow.
My car, I just have like a regular Kia. I didn't even realize, I'm not a car guy, so I just bought a car. I don't care about the features. But all of a sudden, I'm realizing
shaking, right?
It's driving for me.
It does. My car does that.
So I'm driving. I just it drove all the way home without me
Get out.
The whole way. I had my hands closed, but it just drove.
I didn't know where you were going.
I had to hit the gas. No, just stay between the lines. I had to turn when I needed to turn.
I see what you're
saying. 18, from the Jersey Shore
straight,
to straight. Well, it's straight, but it's like this a little bit. It
follows the lines.
It just follows the lines. I didn't
because of the cameras.
Yeah, but it was weird though.
You have 360 cameras.
I guess so. I don't know.
When you're backing up, yes, then you definitely.
So what happened was when I was so it allowed me to get all the way home without doing anything. And just hitting the gas. But the next time I did it, it wouldn't. It made me put the hand on the wheel every so often. I had to at least have one hand on the wheel.
Did you press something or activate
No, I don't know. Maybe I don't think so. No. Were
you already driving when you took your hands off of the wheel?
Yeah. Yeah, I was.
And you did the same thing the second time?
I don't even know. I didn't even think about trying to think. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're still there to grab it. That's a different story because you're still right there. And if it starts to go off the rails, you can go like...
Right. I'm just saying how accurate it was.
I still don't use cruise control.
Oh, I do all that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a person who I could, I could put my feet up.
Yeah,
and I'm a foot up on the,
Right.
I've been doing that since I'm a kid, but like... The hands off the wheel, the not control of the gas pedal, or not having my feet close enough to the brake, the gas, that if I, God forbid, need to, that's uncomfortable.
So you brought up dating. Are people using ChatGPT on their dating sites?
So I'm not sure. Yes, I would imagine.
That would be annoying.
And that's a scary thing.
Yeah.
So
they might sound intelligent. Well,
Rob and I were talking. We're going to give you a little back. I'm single. Rob's married. Happily married, happily single right now, I should say. I've never been married, and we were talking about my experiences, and I was on Bumble for a little while, and I forgot to cancel my subscription, and you know how it auto renews. I did. No, I really did, and I was angry when I saw it come up on my Apple Pay, the Apple charges. I was so angry because I was like, ugh. And the reason is, I'm sorry. I mean, no disrespect to anybody who's on the apps, but like, I'm not feeling it right now. I'm just not feeling it. And the AI is a big problem.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how authentic the person on the other end is.
Right.
And whether or not it's a real person, even. So it's a scary thing. It's funny. I do sort of pay attention to some people. I like Bethany Frankel. I listen to her podcast, and she's dating, and she has some dating coaches on a lot. And she said that people are steering clear of the apps nowadays.
Oh, really? Because of that?
Yes, because you don't know how authentic people are.
I wouldn't even care about if the pictures are altered a little bit. It would be the conversation if they're changing what they're writing. Like, you think that they're kind of...
right. They're not presenting
they're putting humor into it, and they're not a funny person.
Mm-hmm. They have no personality.
Right.
And then you're standing sitting across from them at a table, and it's a wet blanket.
So Rachel let me check out Bumble. I never been on it before.
Did. I let him swipe.
And I did some swiping, but I found a friend of mine, a pretty decent person that I think he was just trying to call me. So I took a picture of you look very handsome, Tim. I didn't know you were on Grindr. And if you know what Grindr is, you'll understand why that's funny.
You never know who you're going to see on a dating site.
So let's see if he texts me. Let's see. Was that him? No, it was my son.
Well, I have a really funny web app story for you. So I go.
I want to go back to the dating
Well,
site.
no, so we are. I'm going to tell you about the dating app thing. This is a very funny story.
And I'm sorry if you're hearing a vacuum, but the good thing is that my AI software will be able to take out the background music. So
I dabble. I'll do like 3 months. I'll get motivated. I'll do like a 3 month, subscription.
It looks
for the
addicting,
app.
by the way, but
I don't get addicted. I really don't, because it's a turn off and I get angry. That's what happens. It's like I get angry.
Yeah.
So I'll do 3 months and then I'll let the subscription, expire. And then
how much is it?
Done. I guess like 150-ish for 3 months-ish, something like that.
Yeah.
It's around 50 a month.
Okay.
A lot of them don't pay.
Right.
A lot of these guys only have their picture, or women too. I shouldn't say men. I don't know. I'm not looking for women. I'm looking for men. So I can only speak from what I see on my end, looking on the other side. A lot of the men don't pay. So what they'll write in their like profile is not paying, so DM me or something like that.
Oh, you don't want a guy like that. He's not going to pay for dinner.
Right. That's what I mean. The other thing is the ghosting. So the last night I was on, I went out on a few dates and I got ghosted.
Right.
And I don't even take it offensively like you don't like me, because quite frankly, I don't know how into any of the ghosters I was really anyway. So it didn't.
You just want to...
I just want the respect, right? Like, we're grown people. Like,
Rachel's getting ghosted.
Ghosted. I want to know, write in, what's with the ghosting men? Can't you just text me? I'm not interested. Like, you don't even have to call me.
Well, it's not somebody you would want to be with anyway.
But
it's strange.
I don't understand why it's so easy not to ghost anymore. As a man, why would somebody go?
I don't know. They're cowards, I guess.
I mean, as a woman, I guess that it's both the same way. They're cowards. No matter what side, the aisle you're on, right?
What's that?
The gender you're on.
Yeah.
It's not. They're just rude. That's rude to me. That's disrespectful.
Yeah,
I get angry.
A lot of my friends are the same people I've been friends with since 5th grade. So I'm friends with a lot of people that I went to school with. So we have all close relationships, and it's just funny with I'll get screenshots from both men and women of the opening line.
What are men saying about it? Let me hear from there. What are some of the feedbacks that you're getting? What is some of the feedback you're getting from
Just
men?
more that they're getting catfished a lot with the thinning filters and stuff. Yeah. It's more than that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I do not use filters. I don't even know how to use filters, by the way. So anybody who's looking at my profile, there's no filters. I promise you it is what it is. I don't know how to do
I think it's more of that.
No Snapchat. Like, I don't have Snapchat.
And it's funny because the guys always want and I learned this from my women friends, they want a full length picture. That's very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that's an interesting thing, because now I'm going to bring up something, and it's good. Do you think, and we can cut this out if we think, because this is an interesting thing. Do you think men are more attracted to thin women who are not necessarily attractive in the face over a more full-figured woman who's more attractive in the face?
So you're calling a butterface.
I didn't want to say it. But yes.
I'm a face guy, so. Yeah. I mean, that's me. So,
right.
But guys, probably a combination. I think they would rather have it both being average, I guess.
You're playing it safe.
No, it's not safe. I think that's what it is. I mean, so I think for some men, depending upon what their lifestyle is.
Okay. Well, that's different. I'm not talking about lifestyle. If you're fit and you want somebody else who's going to be working out with you and like have interests that are like that. I mean,
are there a lot of fit people to choose from anyway? I mean, on both sides?
I think there are.
Are there? You really?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, there are.
I mean, when I walk around just in society, there's very few people that say, wow, that person's in great shape. I mean, fit, I mean, like, I'm not fit. I'm just like a regular,
right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not.
But I guess we might be considered fit in some aspect, or I might be considered fit in some aspect.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I would be too. I like yoga. Like, I do things. I'm not running a marathon.
Yeah.
But I walk regularly. So I mean, but I don't know if I'm going on a hike or anything like that. You're not taking me up to like the,
No.
wherever. I'm not going to.
You're not going to sleep in any tents.
I'm not tenting. No, I am not tenting it. Never. That is not me.
Yeah,
I'm afraid. I'm bears, all that kind of stuff. It's not the tent part of it, actually.
Yeah, for me,
everything that's outside.
Yeah, me too. All right. Then I can't hook you up with my friend Tim then, who's on the dating site. No.
Sorry.
He's a tenter.
Sorry, Tim. Tim, sorry. But I wish you the best. I really do.
Yeah.
It's hard out there. It's really not easy out there.
No.
I find that the men that I've dated, and again, I'm going to clarify it, the men that I've dated, not a ton, but the men that I've dated have a hard time juggling their personal lives if they've been divorced, kids, even if the kids are older, by the way, and like out of the house. It's like interesting. And the dating world.
Right.
They can't navigate through it.
I think for some men, just from friends of mine, and this is the thing, I think the kind of question you asked before, most respectful men pay for the date, so they have to be more selective. And even if they're financially stable, sometimes with the divorce, they're getting hammered a little bit. So it's like $150, and they're more likely.
You're talking more the money aspect of it.
Right.
I'm talking more the scheduling aspect of it. That's what I'm talking.
You sure you're not mixing the two up?
Yeah.
They're using one excuse over another? So they're looking for a secretary? What do you mean? Like
they can't get out of their, but again, I mean, yeah, they're like, let's get together, I don't know when I'll be able to get together, or, I have this, that, and the other, and then like, you'll see social media pictures and they're like at a concert or like all of those things. And I'm kind of like, I work 3 jobs. Like,
all right.
If I can find time, if I want to.
Right.
So if you don't want to, that's
just
totally fine, right? Like, you don't want to.
Right.
I get it. There's a difference. Mm-hmm. But don't tell me you can't find time. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like,
the dishonesty about it.
Right. Like, the not straightforwardness. Like, the lack of straightforwardness in that. And then, like, why'd you go out on the dating? Like, then why were you there in the first place?
Right.
Like, what do you mean you can't find time? What did you think we were doing?
Yeah.
Where did you think we were going? Like, that's what I mean.
What percentage of normal guys are normal? Like, is it 1 out of 20? I mean,
normal.
I would say 1 out of 20. That would.
But what constitutes normal?
Normal would be a question that's not like a question you would ask when you're just meeting somebody. Like, because I get screenshots of some of these questions the guys are asking. The what have you? It's outrageous.
So okay.
And
I went on a date.
Rachel,
ready for this?
Yeah.
I went on a date a couple of years, 2 summers ago. Was it? Yeah, it might have been 2 summers ago. And he was a very nice person. And then the date was going nicely. And I probably would have gone out on a second date with him up to this point. Mm-hmm. And then he leaned over the table. We met for lunch. I have certain rules.
Yeah.
There are certain guidelines. Like, it has to be quick the first time. Like, because if I need to get out of Dodge, like,
right.
When I was younger, I did those, like, you build it up and you meet this guy and you talk online forever and you think you're in love with him. And then you meet him and then you created this whole day long date and you want to get out of there in 5 minutes and you can't. So I've been there, done that. I made sure there are boundaries.
Right.
And so it's a quick one. So this was lunch and we were having a nice time. And I thought, okay, it's great. We're going to leave. Maybe we'll have a second date. And he leans over to the table and he goes to me, my therapist told me. So already I'm like, that I should be straightforward when I feel something. I should be open and honest with you. God. And I think that this is going really well. And I really, really like you.
Oh my God. I'm so embarrassed.
You're embarrassed?
I'm embarrassed.
So I
actually feel embarrassed.
I looked at him and I said, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But I'm just getting my feet wet. Like,
right.
I'm not there yet. And, baby steps. That's what I said. I was like, he was like, yeah, no, totally. Baby steps. Absolutely. And so right then and there, I knew, like, we were totally not on the same page. Like, he's stalker. Like, I don't want to say stalker material, but like all in right away. I'm not.
How is like the Facebook world for single people?
I don't know, because I don't use Facebook for that. Like, I can't.
No, not Facebook dating sites. Just, there's a network of people out there.
I've never, ever had that.
You never shot your shot?
Never did.
Really?
No.
Oh, my God.
I told you, I don't have game.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to say it on social media. I don't have game.
Really?
I don't know how to flirt, and it's very difficult for me, I think, to...
Because you're not a small talk person either. Yeah.
So I think that it's hard for me to know when somebody else is flirting with me.
Oh, that's so fun.
At times, unless it's absolutely outwardly obvious. But I have a hard time.
Why don't you go like East Brunswick helping each other with 15,000 people and say, does any man want to go on a date tonight?
Absolutely not.
See, I would do that.
Yeah, but
It's just funny.
I know. Then I don't see, but I'm so, kidding. But that's the other thing that's funny, because we're talking about this right now on our podcast, but I'm very private, when it comes to stuff like that.
And a woman has to,
I also
be more careful.
Well, and I also purposely did not date until my kids were a certain age. That was another thing, because I was not bringing strange men into my house. I made a conscious decision.
But
I have 2 girls.
I'm just surprised because with other female single friends, how many guys don't shoot their shot? Yeah. The only ones that really shoot their shot are usually married guys, they tell me.
I guess. I don't. No, I haven't.
They're not afraid of rejection.
I haven't. I guess not, because they have something to fall back on, right? Yeah, it amazes me what happens in the world. See, I don't even know about that stuff. So the things that I'm made aware of that go on are absolutely shocking to me. 100% shocking to me. We just had a very interesting conversation a little while ago. We won't share it on here, but it would definitely open my eyes to a world that I was not.
Old school East Brunswick. Old school. From
back in the day.
Yeah, the 90s.
But nobody on Facebook has ever, I've never, nobody's ever, slid into my DMs?
Yeah.
Is that what the expression that the kids use?
Or if you slid into anybody's DMs.
No, because I don't have game.
Yeah, that's weird.
I wouldn't know what to say.
Because it's an easy thing, because you know who you align with certain, philosophies in life. And over time, you can really... understand who somebody really is. Because
I think maybe it's that I'm afraid. Maybe I'm afraid of rejection.
Yeah, maybe
I'm afraid of that they're going to say no, which is interesting because I'm very confident in other areas. Yeah. But I don't know. That's an interesting. Therapy session.
But not even a flirting thing. Just being curious about somebody, like But you went to East Brunswick High School too, right? And you live in a town, so you probably know a lot of people.
Yeah, but I don't shit where I eat. That's another thing.
Yeah, especially in East Brunswick.
I won't go there.
Monroe.
I didn't do it in high school either.
So Monroe, everybody shits where they eat. It's big shitting where they eat. Do that. Like, it's weird, like talking to a guy and a woman.
Like you shared.
Then you
it's like incestuous. Then you like. It's like.
Does he know?
Isn't there like a bro code? Isn't there like a bro code that you don't?
No, it could be a 30-year difference. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
All
right.
But Monroe, like when people get divorced in Monroe, they 2 Monroe people will date and get married. That's what I don't mean anything.
When you run into the ex,
right?
Isn't that weird?
Well, it's all the same. Yeah, it's very weird. Yeah.
Are they friends? Do they remain?
Well, but that's the thing. We're all friends.
So they remain friends? Do the couples?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that, but I see it's like, these 2 people are dating together, and it's all Facebook stuff. It's all. A lot of the relationships. I mean, most divorces I think come from Facebook. Like Facebook's written in the divorce papers.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of something on Facebook?
Yeah, they
found somebody?
Yeah, I found somebody on Facebook.
Well, it's funny because I did see or read something somewhere where people say that a lot of, and it was a study, that there are a lot, like a high percentage of people after they wind up with somebody from high school.
Yeah.
Or date somebody.
They call them gray divorces happen. That's a term now.
What's it called?
Gray. You get gray hair.
And then they go back to who they were with?
Yeah. So before like 10 years ago, divorces after 50 were very uncommon.
Okay.
And now it's, I don't know if might be the majority.
Wow.
Yeah, which would make a lot of sense. Your kid's in college or they're graduating.
And there's an empty nest and nobody knows and you can't talk to each other?
Yeah. No, the guy doesn't have to pay child support anymore.
Yeah, I don't think about that.
Yeah. I mean, that's just
Cheaper to keep her?
That's Robism.
Cheaper to keep her until
cheaper
that
to
point?
keep her. Yeah, cheaper to keep her. Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of cheaper to keep her married.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. So that makes a lot of, but yeah, but they also, I think they leave because they just meet somebody else that, they went to high
I
school.
would imagine it's easier to leave when you have somebody to leave for.
Yeah, that's always a little cowardly, right?
That is cowardly.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree.
But I find it hard to have these conversations only because I don't have a frame of reference. So I feel like, who the hell am I to even say these kinds of things?
Yeah.
Coming from not being married.
No, I think,
you know what I mean?
I would say that's cowardly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy to leave when you have, I mean, it's.
Well, you leave in a position, it's almost like leaving a job when you already have a job, right?
Right,
Like,
it's easy.
when you find a new job.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, because then, because you know you have something to fall back on.
Right.
That doesn't, it's easier to look for a job when you have a job. That's what I mean. Not leave a job, but it's easier to look for a job.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. Keep it or leave her. Cheaper to keep her.
Cheaper to keep her.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I know, yes. I mean, I know people. I know men who've, I've had friends, men friends over the years who've said that that's the one.
Yeah.
The reason they stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially New Jersey. New Jersey has the toughest divorce laws for men. Unlike other states. Yeah. They can get hammered. And the women can too. If it's
so that's what's, but that's what's out there. That's the dating world. That's what's in the apps. That's what's on.
Got a lot of baggage.
A lot. And here's the thing. I don't.
No. Yeah.
So that's the difference with me is that I don't come with
here's a tip.
baggage.
You find a widower. A widower.
Widower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a good chance that they had a good marriage.
They're happier.
And
not happier because they lost their spouse.
Yeah, but they lost the love of their life.
Right. So they go into the relationship in a more positive light.
You know who taught me that?
Who?
My dad.
Widower? Oh, your dad.
My dad. I'll never divorce and date. Because divorced women are crazy.
Right? They're angrier.
They're angry. And then so he joined the group. It was widows and widowers. And that's how he met his wife.
Wow.
His second wife. Yeah, it was a group just people who lost their spouse.
I think my mother went to that.
Yeah.
Only for a short time.
Yeah.
My mother, my poor mom, she always thought my dad was coming back.
This is weird with the ADHD, but I'll get off track a little bit. So my stepmother and my mother's tombstone is like...
right next to each other?
It's like from here, it's like 15 feet away.
Who's your dad next to? He's in between them?
No, it's my dad and my mom are together now, but no, I apologize. My mother and
your dad.
And my mother and my, sorry, that was really weird. I might have to cut that out.
Yeah, that's
it's my mother and his second wife's husband are next to each other.
Oh, that's an interesting.
By coincidence, they died like 10 years apart, 15, 20 years apart. But
they didn't.
Nobody knew each other. It's just they're next to each other in the cemetery. Not directly, but like only like 5 over.
Wow.
Yeah. So every time I go see my mom, I see. Yeah.
Your stepmom.
Well, I see everybody. Yeah. No. It's like
everybody. I know. I had that too. Yeah. A whole bunch of people. You have a list of people we got to go visit when we go.
I always love the people that take a selfie in front of the tombstone.
So
you never see.
Right? I have seen it. Or how about when people take pictures at the funeral?
Right. Oh, I don't see that.
Gravesite. I see that.
Yeah.
Isn't that a weird thing?
Like a family picture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Isn't that weird?
That's attention seeking. We can talk about that.
Do you think it is?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's
That's an interesting.
I always find all that stuff weird. I mean, I shouldn't make, but
I mean, everybody grieves in their
someone's dying and they take a picture of holding their hand.
Holding. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Oh, that one. I'm talking about at the funeral.
Yeah, I never
smiling.
Saw that one. Oh, yeah.
In front of, you guys are in the forefront, and then behind you is like the casket or like.
So Catholics have like wakes. And sometimes wakes turn into family reunions and not actually while you're there.
Pictures though? Like
no, I mean I wouldn't go that far. It's like you would want to take a picture, but better not to do. Yeah,
wouldn't you do that at like the repast?
Have you ever been to a wake?
I have.
Okay, yeah.
So wouldn't you do that at like the repast afterwards?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
I know that,
but that's not everybody makes.
Right.
Not everybody makes it to the funeral. Yeah,
that's true.
So, yeah,
that's true. So they say, okay, I see.
But
grieving is a very interesting thing, but we're not going to talk about that because that's a podcast for a whole different.
Yeah, grieving is a different thing, and
both of us have had our share.
Dating sites are tough enough for you.
They are. Let's woof. So we're thinking about embarking in the world of dating for Rachel and having Rob,
do the swiping.
We'll see. We'll see. And we'll keep you posted.
I have good taste, though.
He does. And what's interesting, I have to
say,
is that you were ready to swipe left, which means, right? Swipe left is the one where you don't want them.
Right.
And swipe right is the one. Yeah. So you were ready to swipe left at the same exact time where I was like, no way.
Yeah, right. And I know
already.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting.
But I even know when somebody kind of looks too polished for you, like
that was
over the top.
But I also thought was very interesting about you looking at the pictures. You were finding things in the background of the pictures that was a turnoff to you,
right?
And you said, "Oh, he's unorganized.
Yeah, it was like a dirty. Yeah,
he's dirty.
Yeah,
he's look at his background."
I got the most important dating question. What do you think of men with fishes?
See that? I have a problem. What the hell? I have to ask. What's with the fish pictures? How I never knew so many men who fish.
Right.
They're holding
the fish.
Big tuna or whatever they are.
Yeah, and they're wondering why they're single.
The guts and the shit that smells and yeah. And you know what's funny? My grandfather, may he rest in peace, my father's father, he worked at the Fulton Fish Market for his whole entire life. And he never smelled like fish when he would come inside. Right. He always would scrub with like the lemon and the everything. So every time I see those pictures, I think of the Fulton Fish Market and what it smelled like.
Right, yeah.
And I just can't get past that. So with all due respect, I'm just going to let you know, if you have a fish in your profile picture anywhere, I'm swiping left. I'm swiping left right away. So.
Well, I'm swiping left for her.
Right. Yeah. Rob's swiping left immediately. Yeah. So we'll see where this goes.
All right.
Right. We'll keep you posted on the swiping. We'll see you next time.
Take care, guys.